In today's Raw lesson, we're gonna talk about how to throw a line. Now, I'm showing two different methods. The first one is how to throw a line for a maximum distance, and the second one is how to lasso a line around a cleat.
This lesson is a part of a big series that I'm going to upload and share with you here on YouTube for free. It's a glimpse to some of my sailing lessons during my week-long sailing courses in Croatia. No big edits or fancy scripting, just pure, raw knowledge for you to enjoy. Some parts are more slow and some parts are more packed with knowledge. So please feel free to skim around this video because there is knowledge, tips, and little nuances until the last minute of each lesson. Ooh, one little disclaimer. I might be saying stuff that you disagree with because in sailing there's no one truth. There's different type of approaches to different type of boats, locations, and even different type of captaining style. But also, I might be wrong. I might not do the most optimal thing. And I don't claim to be a know-it-all. I am developing and learning every week, and I'm learning a lot from this lovely online community. So please, if you disagree with anything, write down your reasoning down below and let's start a healthy discussion in the comment section. Because if you claim to be a great captain, you know how important it is to keep on learning and improving your methods. That's it. That's the disclaimer. Now let's jump to the lesson. Oh, and check the description down below to hear more about my courses.
I'm going to teach you how to throw lines. Now, why is it important to learn how to throw lines?
You asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you. It's a conversation.
Throw lines that something in the other end will be a
We'll get it, right? This is good for docking. For example, like yesterday we practiced the 90-degree turn. Today we're also going to be doing that 90-degree turn, and we're going to come close to this cleat over here, and then we can just lasso the line and basically grab this cleat without even leaving the boat. This can help you with docking, with emergencies, with a lot of stuff, and not to be dependent on other crew members or marineros here waiting to grab your lines, okay? If you have a man overboard, you have somebody in the water, if you know how to throw a line very far, you might be able to catch him and save life. So there's a lot of good benefits to learning how to throw a line properly. And I'm going to teach you two methods today. One is to throw a line further out, to further it for a distance. For example, if that boat right now loses engine or something, and then they're like, hey, like come grab our line. If they know how to throw far, they can reach us. Or when you're coming to a dock and there's already a marinero on the dock, you can just throw the line to his hand. This is the throwing the line to the distance. The other thing that I'm going to teach you is how to lasso. But first, let's start with throwing a line to a distance. We're not just going to practice the throwing to the far, we're also going to practice the coiling fast, okay? Because if you fail an approach, you want to coil the line super fast so that you can throw it again and have another shot, okay? So, how I'm coiling a line for a throw, okay? Using my hands to create the same size loop, and I'm giving it a little twist so that it coils nice. But don't fixate on it too much, you know. Here we're walking for speed, not for distance, right? This is enough line for me to throw, okay? I usually don't need to throw further away from the distance from here. Great. So this is enough coils for me. I'm dividing the coils into two groups, okay? Now, this group, you see where the end is, this one needs to go far out. This one, no. So I'm using all my power on this hand to throw this one far out, up and forward. This is where I'm aiming. And this one I'm just releasing. And it's like in a chase motion, okay? So I'm giving power and then throwing. Okay, look at the line, look at the stretch of the line. It's stretched, that's the goal. To have the line as stretched as possible and not entangled with each other. Okay, I need to throw again. 1, 2, 3. You see, I don't care that it's not perfectly aligned. All I care is that I have some coils, divided into two groups. This one I throw far, this one I just release afterwards. You can also do little coils here. If you want to, I don't know why people do little coils here, but I've seen a lot of people do little coils here. And again, there's a lot of ways of doing stuff, but the premises, the goal is to get this one as far out as possible and this one afterwards. Okay, great. All right, the lasso is not necessarily for distance, but we're gonna practice from a distance like this, even though when we're gonna come with the boat, we're gonna come much closer. But we practice to throw far, and then everything will become a lot more easier. So, same thing as before, you take the line and you start coiling it. Okay, I'm starting to coil it. This time the coils are a little bit more important to be a little bit more coiled. Okay, this is enough. Okay, my goal, again I divided it into two phases. My goal is to take this and send it around that cleat. So when I'm throwing, I'm trying to open up the line and greet the cleat, but I'm also holding this end with my hand. Okay, so what I'm doing is this. I divided it into two coils, and then you see what I'm doing with my hands here? I'm like separating. This one I keep with my thumb, but you can keep it with whatever other instrument you have. I keep it hold like this, and then there are two main methods to do this. The first one, I call it the granny throw, where you're basically throwing like a granny throw like this, but I'm opening up my hands to greet the cleat, like you greet the Shabbat. You open up your hands and greet the cleat. Hello, Shoval. We're gonna do a private lesson afterwards. So, I want to throw the middle one around the cleat and open up, okay? This throw, if you're doing the granny throw, it's like a power and then flick. Like, I want to open up, all right? Watch. Okay? And then I pull tight, and this is how we're gonna tie it to the cleat now. If you miss, you could also just do a little flick to get it up, okay? Another one, this is how we used to do it in the army. Another one is with a little bit of a circular motion to give yourself a little bit more power with the throw. Because the granny throw, sometimes you need to do it from the rails or this and that. Oops, sorry, olive tree. Okay. Again, dividing into two groups, okay? Keeping this in between my thumb. And now I'm gonna do it the same, but just with a circular motion. And when I'm doing it with the circular motion, this one, I'm gonna open up more, and this one, release over there. And again, greet the cleat in a way, okay? I got the GoPro. Okay, no worries. Everybody side, this one I opened up a little bit more. I really like this method, but some people, the granny works for them. Try them both, see what works for you, and practice. Okay, this is a very important skill to have. Okay? Take your time. And tie one end to like, I don't know if you notice, when I came here, I was holding with my left hand and I was throwing like this, so the line was tied on my right side. But if I was here, okay, if I was here, I would have to hold the hand on my right hand and throw the more open with my left hand. Does that make sense? Yep. And also, you do not want to stand in between the line and where you're throwing. Because if you're throwing and then the line is behind you, recipe for a shit show. Let's go.
If you enjoyed this video, please let me know down in the comment section below. Like and share this video with your sailor friends, and subscribe if you want to dive deep into sailing knowledge. Plus, it really helps. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.